When you don't work, you don't feel good about yourself.
Very isolating. It's like no matter what I would do, I started feeling like a leech even though my parents never called me one.
It's just a sense of worthlessness, low self-worth, low self-esteem. It's hard being an adult on the spectrum and finding meaningful employment.
People don't realize how to approach us, and I think that's why there's so much issues.
I think the biggest challenge an employer is misconceptions. Maybe they don't have any experience with it. They've never interacted with someone on the spectrum. Maybe they've seen the movies or they've seen TV.
Movies like Rain Man. I mean, Rain Man's been out for over 30 years, so it's hard to fight 30 years worth of assumptions.
Going in for an interview and the first impression sometimes isn't always managed accordingly.
Social settings are a challenge for folks on the spectrum.
You could have a prospective employee that falls on the autism spectrum that could do the job very well, but is extremely socially awkward, so they're going to make a bad first impression, and when that's ultimately what you're judged on, it's hard to find meaningful employment.
So at Diamond Kinetics, we make sensor products and software and apps, smart baseballs and smart softballs to help baseball and softball players of all ages and skill levels. And one of the challenging steps for us at the end of that process is the last steps in packaging. So taking that ball, finishing our quality assurance, packaging it and getting it ready to ship to customers. We ran into a real challenge, which was the bottleneck around the resources and people and ability to move quickly through that last step of packaging. We went in not sure exactly what to expect, but having high hopes and expectations that we could be on time.
I mean, we weren't there for PR or press. There was no sense of charity. We were there to do a job, and we were held accountable as I imagine anybody else would be, regardless of disability.
We were incredibly impressed with the attention to detail. These are pretty detail-oriented steps that we had. Everything has to look exactly the same. They absolutely met the expectations of the project, so much so that we extended it and moved into a second project and now getting ready to do a third one.
I mean, beyond the obvious money aspect of things, at least for me, it brings a sense of purpose and self-worth, like I'm contributing to something.
You want your job to create, part of the purpose in life.
I figured every tube that I make, I feel like I'm making a tube for someone that's going to be the next Cy Young Award winner, the next Hall of Famer.
And things that are important to you, to feel as though you're contributing to things that matter to you, things that matter to society, and things that you can get to the end of the day and feel really good about what you've accomplished and what you've contributed towards.
Everyone was very inclusive. I never once felt out of place.
I'm just happy that I'm involved in that population, not just from a financial standpoint, but from a way of life standpoint. I just love the thrill of getting up every morning, knowing that I get to go to work. If I were in the corporate world, I'd lend a hand out to somebody and say, I'll give you an opportunity. That's what's missing, in this world.
Because I'm just as capable. I might do things in a different way, but I'm just as able to get things done like anybody else.
Put professionalism over autism.
I think most businesses deal with challenges around, around employment and around retention and around, how you fill gaps in your business. And this goes to show that there's an opportunity and a portion of the population that's very talented and very capable.